Will you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? The flag should be over there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to thank everyone here, first off, for braving the elements. I know it was a little rainy, a little cold, and being from Southern California, doesn't happen very often. So thank you very much for coming. Just to let you know, folks know, CAW is an organization that basically focuses on Walnut and Asian issues, but we also want to help the surrounding community. And our next speaker, I think, keynote speaker, is someone I think that fits that bill. For those that know Dr. Conklin, or Dean as he likes to be said, he has been a member of the Walnut Valley Unified School District previously, and I'm not going to go into his CV because it was part of the package, and a lot of people know that he has done a lot for the school district. But the big thing from my perspective is that I did spend some time with him and talk to him, and I can, from that one moments of talking to him, I came across with the idea that he is innovative. He has ideas, and he didn't candy coat with me the issues that our school districts are coming down with. And I think that's why I thought that would be very important to have him come and talk to us and let us know what he thinks of the school district and what his ideas are. So without further ado, may I introduce to you Dr. Dean Conklin. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. It's actually my pleasure to be here today. What I'm going to do is talk to you a little bit about the school district and the quality of our schools. I'm also going to talk to you about the connection that we have with universities, and we're going to talk about the future as we see it. That is the kind of student that we're wanting to prepare for going to college in the next 10 years or so, and we're going to base that somewhat on our conversations with the universities and the kind of students that they're looking for. And I appreciate the introduction. As Ben indicated, I was in the district once before, for about 12 years. Spent time in the district office. Before I came to Walnut Valley, actually, I had been a teacher, an assistant principal, a principal. I worked in the district office in the neighboring district. And then I came to Walnut, actually about 17 years ago, and stayed for about 12 years. At the time, there was a superintendent, his name was Ron Huckwell, and I came because I knew of Ron and I knew what he stood for. So I was very attracted to Walnut Valley Unified School District. So I've served in the Educational Services Department for 12 years. That's the department that develops the program, the educational program that serves kids. I left the district to go be a deputy and then a superintendent. I served about 4.5, 5 years as the superintendent in a neighboring district, Doherty Unified, before returning to Walnut Valley, where obviously I'm here now as superintendent. I'm very excited about being here. Walnut Valley is a great district. As indicated, there's a history of innovation in the district. We were one of the first school districts to look at the International Baccalaureate programs for high school. We're one of the first school districts to look at PYP, the Primary Years Program, for elementary students. And I think that kind of innovation is very important today. So we're the kind of district that has embraced innovation in the past, and I look forward to carrying on that tradition of innovation. We're also a district that's known for quality schools. So I want to take just a few minutes to tell you about our schools, because it's always nice to be able to say great things about your school. We have very hard-working students. We have very hard-working faculty. And our support staff also works very hard. And our principals are outstanding. So you put all that together, and you end up with a program that we can all be proud of. Specifically looking, first of all, at our 9 elementary schools. We have 9 elementary schools in the district. And out of those schools, we have a variety of outstanding programs. We have a dual immersion in one of our schools in kindergarten for English and Mandarin. We also have Spanish being taught in the schools. 7 of the 9 elementary schools have a score of 900 or above in their API. Now, it's important to note that in the state of California, the state says that they would really like schools to reach the level of 800. And 1,000 is perfect, and there are no schools at 1,000. So to have 7 of the 9 elementary schools at 900 or above is remarkable. And I think that it's one of the reasons why we are considered to be the finest elementary school and middle school and high school, have those finest schools in all of this area. 7 of the 9 over 900, and the highest right now is Westop at 951. Now, there is a little bit of competition amongst the 9 schools, and so we'll see, because the schools see that 951 is kind of a mark that they want to go after. We also have 2 of our elementary schools, C.J. Morris and Castle Rock, as PYP, or Primary Years Program, IB schools. And that's a wonderful program. I'll talk in a little bit about kids developing the ability to look at a problem and solve a problem, to think through a problem. We call it thinking skills. So at Castle Rock and at C.J. Morris, there's a focus through PYP on teaching kids to really think. So instead of the teacher saying, here's the answer, the teacher will pose a question to the students and say, what could the answers be? What are some possible answers? Now, the reason that it's set up that way is that as students from an early age start to think about what the different answers could be, they're very well equipped to deal with challenges that they might get in college down the road or in their profession when there's no one single right answer. So we are very proud of our PYP program at both Castle Rock and C.J. Morris. We have 3 middle schools, South Point, Chaparral, and Suzanne. All 3 of those middle schools have APIs of over 900. All 3 have been named distinguished schools. And all 3 of them, by the way, also have strong bands and orchestras. What we try to do in the district, and I think we do a nice job of it, is we focus on academics. We also focus on activities and the arts and athletics. So the school board has identified those as the 4 A's, the academics, the activities, the athletics, and the arts, in an effort to make sure that we're teaching to the whole student. Of course, the students who want class after class, that's all very good. But we know that there's also an interest in a lot of kids of being very involved in the arts, and we're aware of that. We want to make sure that we meet those needs. We value leadership in the district, even with our students, so we value student leadership, and we try to develop that. And of course, a variety of activities, a variety of clubs and sports that kids can be a part of. So when we look at all that, the middle schools we see, I just did the 5K run recently, that was Sunday. The Saturday before that, we had both the high school and middle school bands playing, and that was remarkable to hear them play, and as well as the orchestras. Now on to our high schools. Our high schools are really our flagship schools in the district. The 2 comprehensive high schools, Diamond Bar High School and Walnut High School. They each have about 3,000 students. They are large schools. They have been named California Distinguished Schools. They both have very strong IB programs and AP programs. They have strong bands and orchestras, award-winning. And one of the things that is important about the high school, both high schools, is their ability to, although they're large, although they each have about 3,000 kids, they have an ability to make a connection with each and every student. And I mention that because that's very important, because when you look at students going to high school and then going on to college, one of the things that the students will need when they're in high school is to have someone give them some guidance, to have someone know them by name and come alongside them and say, have you thought of this class?